Hey people, welcome to the channel, and again talking about Star Citizen 3.21 has just launched. There's a bunch of interesting things going on, and we are just out of a great weekend in terms of CitizenCon and everything that has been presented there. Now, you could say that I'm fairly critical of CIG, Star Citizen in general. I just don't hold my thoughts regarding the things that I like and the things that I obviously don't like about it. But I will say that based on what we've seen this weekend, things are going in the right direction. It's very encouraging. Whatever reason it is, we now have Squadron 42 full feature complete. They just need to polish a few things. This will take, at the very least, a couple more years, if not more. Let's be honest as well. Let's not fall for the hype. The rest of the stuff in terms of permanent hangars, missions, the building bases, all of this that's been shown, it is very encouraging. And in theory, we should be seeing it next year. So all of that is great, fantastic news. It does not change the fact that if you go right now and play 3.21, there's none of that. You still have the same old same in terms of what Star Citizen actually is in reality as of right now. So this is actually a great moment if you want to start playing Star Citizen, right? In spite of everything that I've said, in spite of everything that I've covered in previous videos, which is all true. There's nothing that I said that wasn't true and still very much holds till this day, this very same moment. But it is also true that it's going in the right direction, and this not game, because it misses the things that would make this a real game in terms of progression, in terms of story. You don't have that, but you do have some of the most interesting aspects of physicalized space experience, flying ships. I've been playing a lot of Starfield, and yeah, I have to upload more content regarding that. But you don't have that in Starfield. You don't have the physicalized ships and the flying from atmosphere into space, and if you get distracted, you just crash into the planet. None of that will happen to you in Starfield, which, you know, it's just one detail compared to all of it that makes it an actual real game. But if that's the experience you want to try, then this is actually the best moment, because there's a very nice discount going on because of this CitizenCon event. So, in spite of all of these warnings, this is not really a game. It is a tech demo. There's no progression. There's no main story. And if you do not cope with the crashes, the 30Ks, this is probably not for you. One final warning. The business model of CIG Chris Roberts revolves around selling you ships. This means that there will be frequent wipes. They will erase what you earned in game. They will encourage you every single time to buy more ships, because this is fantastic. This other ship is great. You need to buy this one to be happy. The marketing is the best that I've ever seen. Now, if you can resist all of that, you can have quite a bit of fun without spending more than what a AAA game goes for these days, which is $50, okay? So in spite of all of these warnings, you've chosen to still play Star Citizen. This is the video for you. So you want to go here to robertspaceindustries.com, and you want to create an account. Now, because of this special event ongoing, if you use the referral code that you have there below, that is my referral code, if you use it, you will have a free ship. You will have a Hoover Quad, which, yes, it is considered a ship in terms of Star Citizen. More on that in a second. But you create your account. Do remember to use a referral code. And once you have your account created, you go into the pledge store. Notice that it does not say buy store. Legally speaking, that is a massive difference. There's no obligation to deliver on anything, because you're just pledging, you're not buying. And here's where you need to understand a couple things. First, you don't want to buy a standalone ship that you just happen to like. You probably don't understand much about all of this in general. So do follow my advice. You want to buy what's called a game package. A game package includes the Star Citizen game and the ship. It always comes with a ship, the game package, but you can buy a standalone ship which will not have the game. You will own the ship, you will have nowhere to actually play it, okay? So buy a ship package instead. Don't buy this one. the 86 bucks nomad with this suit and weapon, this is completely pointless because the moment you die, you will lose all of this. And the nomad is a decent ship, but you can buy it in game, save yourself the money, which if you want to spend it anyway, stick around, you'll understand how to better invest in Star Citizen without wasting all that money. This is the one you want to buy. You want to buy the Drake Cutter. The Drake Cutter is a great ship. The Drake Cutter is a fun ship for you to fly. I own pretty much everything there is to own in this game, and I'm telling you that the most fun I usually have involves the little ships, the ones that are just handy, the ones that have the shortest amount of claim time, the ones you can land pretty much anywhere. The Drake Cutter also has a little bit of a bay there in the back where you can put a land vehicle. Those land vehicles, you can buy those in-game very, very cheap. Little golf cart or an STV, you buy those in-game. Don't spend real money on any of that bullshit. And you have a little bit of space there for either a vehicle or some cargo. You have a couple guns. You can fight with this little thing, especially against the NPCs, PvE, which is what missions usually involve. You're not going to be doing great PvP against other players, especially with fighters, but this will get you around. It has a massive fuel tank with a better quantum drive, a military grade quantum drive. You can fly around super fast with this thing, and you have a bed and you have a toilet. This is a fun, great ship. It does come, because of this special occasion, with a ghoulish green paint, so you have additional paint here. But the cool thing is that you have the discount, so for 50 bucks, 50 or so, I think it's going like 45, depends on where exactly you are, but 45, 50 bucks, you have yourself the ship and the game package. Now, as I said before, you do have, if you use the referral code for this just a few days, you do have the Hoover Quad. Now, the Hoover Quad is fun on its own, but the cool thing about it is that you will now have the cutter that you bought and the Hoover Quad that you got for free because of using the referral. Now, that stays in your permanent hangar. You will have both those two ships. But instead of spending 80 bucks or whatever on the Nomad, you can use that difference of money so as to upgrade either. I mean, you can upgrade the cutter that you bought, right? You just come here and you say, oh, yeah, the cutter is fine, but after a few weeks, after a few months of playing, I just want to have another starter ship. No problem whatsoever. You just come here and your cutter, right? You upgrade. You always have to go up, but whatever more expensive ship. Oh, I like the Avenger Titan a lot better. Okay, you just drop those 18 bucks difference and you do what's called a CCU. It's just like a chassis upgrade. You basically upgrade your cutter to an Avenger Titan. But remember, because of the referral code that you use, you also have this little dude right here. You have the Hoover Quad. So this means that with 10 bucks, you have an Aurora LN. With, again, 10 bucks, you have a Mustang Beta, which is a very nice little ship. Also, a little bit of a fighter and exploration. It has a bed too. You don't buy any land vehicle. That's completely pointless. You could upgrade your cutter to something else. And for 18 bucks, you get another cutter if that's what you're interested, or something else. Personally, you will have all the fun you will ever need with the cutter. The cutter is just fantastic. Maybe eventually you can upgrade that to the Avenger Titan, and as always, freedom of choice. Do whatever you want. Go and spend $1,000. It is your money. Do whatever you want. But again, at any moment, let's say you want to get yourself the Caterpillar. Well, you use the referral, so you have the Hoover Quad, and the Hoover Quad has lifetime insurance. Not that it matters, but it kind of does. People usually want to have their ships with lifetime insurance just in case eventually years down the road that ends up mattering. Doesn't at this point, but if you can have it, especially at the same time saving 30 bucks, yeah, why not? You get this and you see where this is going. You can just be as stupid as you want in terms of wasting money. My advice is stick with the little Hoover Quad and your cutter. That will be okay for having a lot of fun in Star Citizen. Guys, that's basically it. That's the best advice I can give anyone starting playing Star Citizen, okay? If you appreciate my honesty and the information provided, subscribe to the channel and do use the referral, which is only limited to a few more days. See you next time. Take care.